All right, and we're live with episode 14 of the Beardarchy. Starting out, like always, this product, I say product every fucking time, and I don't know why. Anyway, this podcast is covered by a BitCop no government license, use and reuse by anyone except the government or the pledges thereof. We're also covered by Brandenburg v. Ohio, 1969. The court held that the government cannot punish inflammatory speech unless that speech is directed to inciting or producing imminent lawless action, and is likely to produce such action, which means everything said here on the Beardarchy Project is hypothetical. Woohoo! Starting it off, what do we have? Texas House
Another
approves.
smacked at free speech.
Yeah, another smack at free speech. but didn't Trump say he was going to save the First Amendment?
Yeah, but people decided to take AI and make AI videos of him and JD Vance putting on makeup and some really weird shit that I've also seen involving Trump and AI. But
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure all that still falls underneath the First Amendment, though.
Oh yeah,
Not according to Texas.
Well, let's see what Texas has to say. Texas House approves former Speaker. That sounded weird. Why did I say that? Anyway, Dade Fallon. Fallon's? I don't know his last name, right? Whatever goofy ass spelling that is. Meme regulation bill. Punishment under the legislation could result up to a year in jail.
Hell yeah.
That's him.
Oh, is that the guy? Because if so,
It fits his name.
yeah.
His face fits his name. That's right.
Yeah, he looks like he probably cries himself to sleep. Just a little bit.
More than likely has a micro penis as well.
Not the MP. So, the Texas House has approved legislation by former Speaker Dade, I'm not going to say his last name, that would criminalize the distribution of altered political media, such as memes, videos, or audio recordings, unless they contain a government-mandated disclaimer. Despite tweaks in a recent adopted committee substituent, the bill continues to face intense criticism from First Amendment advocates who warn it would chill political speech and satire. Originally pitched as a response to AI-generated deepfakes, quotations, in campaign content, House Bill 366 is significantly broader in scope. The current version makes clear that it does not just apply to the artificial intelligence, but also into any image, audio, or video that did not occur in reality, a definition that includes basic Photoshop edits and parody. So yeah, you could spend a year in jail for making an AI meme or any meme about a political figure.
In Texas. This is specifically
in Texas.
For Texas.
Yeah, sorry. I gotta clarify that. Even though, like, isn't Texas supposed to be like one of the freest fucking states out there, right? Like, well, not anymore. Not anymore. So, you scrolled. Under the substituent, the bill now technically applies only to individuals or entities who fall into one of three categories: office holder, candidates, and political committee. Those who spend more than $100 on political advertising during a reporting period, excluding basic tech costs. Anyone who publishes or distributes such content for compensation. But critics.
That right there, that part's the TikTok part.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're posting content on TikTok and you get paid for it, that's that's hitting. I also think this is actually bouncing off of the bill that Melania got passed for revenge porn, because it was an AI revenge porn bill.
Oh, yeah, didn't Russia leak
think
that though?
No, Russia leaked her naked modeling photos before he became president. But there's been a huge fucking issue with people taking not video, but like pictures of Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy, who's 13 or 14 years old, and doing gang rape porn of her in AI.
Jesus Christ.
There was one of Taylor Swift, who was gang raped by all of the, whatever her boyfriend's football team is, also done in AI. So that's what that's attacking. I think this is building off of it,
Okay.
because I'm pretty
Make
sure that's
sure
what the
you
bill
can't-
is, what they're
just
talking
to
about.
make sure you can't cover Trump in Cheeto dust.
Yeah, you can't do
Yeah.
that. No more covering Trump and Cheeto dust and making J.
Unless you say it's fake.
Yeah.
You actually have to have it, like a disclaimer on the video or the meme now that says that it is fake. Or else you'll get arrested.
You know someone will come up with a workaround for that.
Probably.
Approved by Trump.
But critics argue that these limits are vague and still far too broad. The $100 threshold to especially Jesus unclear. It's not defined by platform or content type, raising questions about whether someone who pays for a boosted meme or design political content using paid tools could be swept under the law. The bill also adds an intent to influence an election requirement. Oh God. Oh God. While framed as a safeguard, opponents note that nearly all campaign speeches exist to influence elections, making the clause effectively toothless. So, now this brings up an interesting point that I think of, right? So, when what was his name? The gun guy, fucking Brandon Herrera. So when Brandon Herrera was down there and protesting, or not protesting, but trying to get on the on Congress, and he was going against some dude down there. I don't remember the Congress dude's name, but he was like chopping like bits of his videos out of like the podcast that he does for our unsub, and was like making all this heinous bullshit. So like, if they pass this, wouldn't he be able to not Brandon Herrera, but the other guy, the actual Congress guy, wouldn't he be able to get charged for this?
I don't know, because this here is talking about it, because you know that those campaign speeches and those campaign videos are made to influence elections, it doesn't look like it's going to be under the same thing. But it's not described or explained very well in the bill, so nobody really knows. It's kind of up in the air. If it's passed the way it is, then yeah, probably. Unless there's amendments made to it that specify shit like that, probably.
I just think that's super fucking dumb, to be honest. Oh, one, I mean, it goes
But I
against
also don't.
your First Amendment, but like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like they're like, oh well, we're just gonna fucking make laws over here, so you can't do this, even though it clearly goes against the Constitution, which means that it can't be a law. But whatever. But yeah.
But does it also attack things that have been made beforehand, before the bill was published, though? Because if it doesn't, and it only affects things that are after the bill's passed, that makes a difference too.
Well, all I gotta say is, if it affects things that were made in the past, I am not allowed to go to Texas because I'll spend life. I love the political memes. So yeah, good job, Texas. Way to fuck up the Constitution and ruin your state just a little bit more.
Yeah, you're pretty much just California now.
Yeah, you're just California with guns. But
I don't know if you want to keep reading.
oh, let's see. No, I think I'm all right.
I think this talks about what other people think of it.
I don't care what other fucking unconstitutional people want to fucking say about unconstitutional acts. Peelan says all you have to do is disclose it. Okay, so long as you say it's fake, it should be fine. Fuck you. It should obviously, clearly, it should be fake, right? Like, I don't know that fucking. I don't know.
I mean, if whoever's watching a clearly AI generated video can't figure out it's AI, they're probably a bit fucking dense.
Well, there was a video that came out of Zelensky that was AI that was actually fooling a lot of people. It was very, very. He didn't have 6 fingers. He didn't have weird face. Like, it looked like him and it sounded like him.
Are you talking about the
It's
video of Zelensky
getting
knocking
really
out
good.
Trump in the Oval Office?
No, the one where Zelensky's sitting down and having an interview with somebody talking about why he wore what he wore at Pope's funeral.
Oh.
It was completely faked.
Huh.
It was AI generated, but you didn't know that. There was no disclosure on it. You didn't know that until you went looking for it and found that it wasn't real. So.
I don't know. I think people are getting offended by memes too much. And probably should simmer it back a little bit. There's way more bigger problems in the world than the one guy that's making pretty fucking funny memes about Trump or Governor Wheelchair.
But they're
Yeah.
attacking their favorite people. They're attacking the cult.
Yeah. That's the only problem, is that they're attacking a cult, and, you know, if Biden or Obama fucking said this, oh god.
Everybody just has TDS, guys.
Trump derangement syndrome, TDS.
Weren't you told that the other day, Devin?
Yes, I was.
Fucking
thought so.
hilarious. But, yeah. Good job.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah, good job, Texas. Good job, Governor Wheelchair and this fucking weird P-land guy. See, now this one is exciting. I think we're gonna have a good conversation on this one, right? Republicans vote against move to stop ISIS. ICE deporting U.S. citizens. Jesus, I'm gonna figure out my speech today. But yeah, Republicans vote against move to stop ICE deporting U.S. citizens. So, does it have the date?
Well, those motherfuckers are out in goddamn plain clothes, running up on people.
Yeah, I've seen
Let's
multiple
see. It was
videos.
published May. Sorry. This was published May 1st. It was updated on the 3rd. I don't know. Might be in the article.
I just seen that. Fuck, there was a video that was going around of them like scooping up some dude, and they were driving around in a black like Dodge Ram minivan, like a caravan. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I would have freaked out too if a bunch of fucking goons jump out of there and snatch me up, try throwing me in a van. But whatever. House Republicans have voted down to oh shit, the screen got blurry there. House Republicans have voted down an effort to block immigration enforcers from using federal resources to detain or deport U.S. citizens. During a House Judicial Committee meeting on Wednesday, Democrats tabled amendments to a sweeping budget bill that President Donald Trump has dubbed One Big Beautiful Bill. I'm gonna re-say that. One Big Beautiful Bill. One amendment introduced by Representative Promelia Jayapal, whatever, the Democrat from Washington State, sought to make clear Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, cannot detain or deport U.S. citizens under any circumstance. GOP lawmakers killed that amendment. You know why? Because if they didn't kill that amendment, they would not be able to scoop people off the streets and ship them somewhere else without due process.
Their favorite thing.
Yeah.
Not allowing you to defend yourself.
Yeah. These people do not want you to defend yourself. They are just here to scoop you up and send you somewhere else because they think you are the problem. You're not. But yeah, this is it's disgusting. It's disgusting to see how America has fallen, and that's what I'll hold my ground on. There is like, it's just wild to me. Do you have a video?
The video. There was a video with this, but it's taken up by a baby seal, so I don't know where it went. Yeah, this bopping seal can keep a beat better than many humans, has taken over the video that came with the article. I don't know how to get it back.
Just an ad. Just we might have to have a 30-second or 13-second set here, but. Wow. That seal is just getting it.
He's pretty good. Hey, there it
He's
is.
getting it.
No, okay, now there's an ad.
What the hell? What is going on here?
That was an actual video. I don't know why it took place of that because I didn't play the full video, so I don't know where the video went. just give me 1 second. That's still not the video.
Man, this is a crazy episode of the Beardarchy. We got dogs and purses.
There we
and
go.
Fucking seals keeping beats.
Hey, I found it.
Hell yeah.
The great facilities.
Screen it.
Can you turn it up?
Working on it.
Very strong facilities, and they don't play games. I'd like to go a step further. I mean, I said it to Pam. I don't know what the laws are. We always have to obey the laws, but we also have homegrown criminals that push people into subways, that hit elderly ladies on the back of the head with a baseball bat when they're not looking, that are absolute monsters. I'd like to include them in the group of people to get them out of the country, but you'll have to be looking at the laws on that, Steve.
Oh,
So-
back to the seal.
There you have it. Wanting to send homegrowns away. Granted, he did say criminals, but in the same sentence, right, there's already been countless cases of innocent people being shipped to El Salvador or wherever the fuck else they want to send them. It's not only going to be El Salvador,
I think that clip happened after he just said homegrowns. I think he said homegrowns first, and then he repeated himself and added the criminals. I think that was cut for time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I remember the interview correctly, he said just straight up homegrowns to begin with, and then him and the El Salvador president kind of chuckled, and then he switched it up again. So, I don't know.
Well, either way, the point of it is, right, criminal or not, you're an American citizen. You're entitled to due process. And, like, granted, I don't care about the crime you've committed, but, you know, if you're out there committing murder or, you know, rape, sexual assault, like, stop being a piece of shit, but at the same time, like, you're still entitled to due process. That's
Innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. Innocent until proven guilty. They can't just scoop people off the streets and just fucking ship them somewhere else, which is ridiculous in my case, or in my opinion, but...
I don't know why we would be shipped off to a different country's prisons, though. Like, we have our own
That
prisons.
we're still paying for.
Mm-hmm.
They just want it. It's just a fear factor, so everybody falls in line for what Trump wants, and he's getting his way. Because if the threat of us being deported is there, we'll keep our mouth shut. We'll just do what he wants us to do.
Don't let them take you to a second location. Brandenburg View, Ohio,
Never.
1969.
Never.
The new Trump administration has been accused of floating court orders and deporting migrants without due process following campaign promises of mass deportation. The administration has denied such accusations. I don't think they can, I don't think they can physically deny those accusations. That's actually happening. We've talked about multiple cases on here alone. So there's that.
I don't think I've heard them deny it once.
Mm-mm.
Either. Fucking what's her face? Caroline Leavitt is
that
up there
that
every
blonde
time it
bitch?
happens, going, "Yeah, we did." Yeah,
Yeah, fuck her, dude.
with no upper lip.
With no upper lip. I
The
didn't.
way she talks makes it. The way she talks makes it look like she doesn't have an upper lip, or she sucks her upper lip over her top teeth. It just looks fucking weird. People say it's a botched Botox job. I don't know. It just looks fucking weird when she talks.
Oh god, that's funny. She's probably trying to hide
But-
like horse teeth or something. But yeah, no, I
She
remember
goes up
her.
there and talks about every one of them.
Yeah, I remember her getting up there when they shipped that one dude to El Salvador that we haven't got back yet.
Hmm.
She was like, "Yeah, that was an administration like failure. It happens. Get over it." And it's like, Bitch, we can't just get over that shit. Like, that's a problem, but okay.
The one thing she hasn't done, like his previous uh, people have done, is she hasn't denied a fucking thing he's done. She's
No.
been extremely open and out in everybody's face about exactly what is going on because of how bad it is, and she's proud of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's scarier.
Yeah. Any such moves risk a clash with the U.S. Supreme Court, which said in a ruling last month that any deportee should first be given due process through the courts. So Trump's openly admitted that we do not have the funding or time to deport and give all these people due process. So that should be a number one big red flag right there alone. If like he's just openly admitting that we don't have the time nor money for due process, doesn't matter. Figure it out. Like, you cannot sit here and just be like sending people away. It doesn't work like that. You got to give them due process. But once again,
He said that it would take 200 years to give everybody he wanted to deport proper due process, and he's just not going to do that.
mm-hmm.
He doesn't really get a fucking choice.
No, he'll just fire the judges.
I mean, I know, but
He'll just fire the judges. Fuck, he's already did it. What?
Yeah.
One of them, right? One now. What? We're down one now.
they arrested the one that took one of the potential deportees out the back to hide them from ICE.
Yeah. So.
I don't remember where or her name, but I know she was arrested for it.
Yeah. So.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. What to know. On April 5th, Trump told reporters on Air Force One, we have some horrible criminals, American-grown, born, and that he is all for sending them to prisons in El Salvador. I don't know what the law
So,
says.
when are we gonna send all the fucking Aryans? When are we gonna hit up all the swastika motherfuckers and be like, all right, buddy, you gotta go back to England,
Oh no, we're just
Germany,
sending them to El
England, where the
Salvador.
fuck you're from?
We're just sending them
Oh,
straight
okay.
to
Well,
El Salvador.
let's send all our Nazis to El Salvador if it's that big of a deal. Because it's pretty much the only thing he's seeing as a crime is being Hispanic and having tattoos.
Yeah, that's basically it. But and he said he is all for sending them to
Heaven
prisons.
forbid I go get a tan, Doug. Heaven forbid I go get a tan. I might get fucking shipped off to El Salvador.
It's okay. They're you're not gonna come back. You're gonna get there and they're gonna kill you. It's fine. Fucking ridiculous. But he said he is all for sending them to prisons in El Salvador. I don't know what the law says on that. He added. Asked about Trump's remarks,
You don't know what the law. It's your fucking job to know what the.
Asked about Trump's remarks, White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt said the president has said if it's legal, right? If there is a legal pathway to do that, he's not sure. We're not sure. If there is, it's an idea he has simply floated and has discussed in an effort of transparency.
Something I'm hearing a lot in this whole administration is the words "we're not sure, I'm not sure." Why are you talking about something if you're not fucking sure?
Right. Right. Democrats
It's just threats.
Democrats have also raised concerns over the removal of American children that were sent to Honduras with their mothers, which we actually covered that last week. In that case, one of the two children, a 2-year-old girl, a federal judge said he had a strong suspicion that the child was sent away with no meaningful process. So.
I should have brought it up, but this week it was a child with cancer that was deported.
Yeah, I heard about that too. It's fucking sad.
And a bunch of Republicans that said that that doesn't matter to them. So.
Oh.
It is illegal and unconstitutional to deport, detain for deportation, or recommend deportation of a U.S. citizen, the judge said. The Department of Homeland Security has denied deporting U.S.-born children without parental consent, saying that ICE gave the mothers the option to either remain with their children during removal or have them placed with a designated caregiver Both mothers chose to be deported with their children, the DHS said. I have questions. So what you're telling me that we care enough to contact somebody where we're sending them to be like, hey, are you gonna take care of these kids once they get there? Like, I doubt that. Strong doubt. Just given the fact of the administration and what they've done so far, I would not hold my breath that there's actually caregivers there when they get off that fucking plane. But
I think they made it as many caregivers
they
here.
lie?
are you saying they lie? Yes, I am. I trust the government is the biggest crock of bullshit you'll ever hear anybody say. Or I'm from the government and I'm here to help. If you ever hear that sentence come out of somebody's fucking mouth, run the fucking other direction. Far away, fast as fuck. Get out of there, cause shit's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
An APNOR. Whoa.
Oh, sorry. That just talks about the poll that more people disapprove of the immigration policy than approve of it. I didn't think you were going to read that. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I didn't realize what it was. I was just reading it. I mean,
Yeah,
through an
it
article
just
without
talks about
stuttering,
53.
so like I was gonna keep going.
It just talks that 53% of people disapprove of Trump's immigration policy compared to 46% that do approve of it. So
I actually have something just to bring up randomly. It has nothing to do with this article. So like, if you ever just talk to one of the MAGA people and they're like, "Oh, well, he didn't mean that. I don't think that's what he's gonna do," and it's like, okay, so you voted for him because you think he didn't mean what he said? Has any of you guys ever gotten that same fucking spiel?
Yeah.
not in person, but I see it a lot on Reddit.
It's baffling to me. It's like, oh, well, he didn't mean it exactly like that, or that's not what he means. Okay, well, that's what he's saying, and you voted for him because that's what he said. So, like,
You obviously agree with something that he said to be able to vote for him with like a clear conscience.
right, like when he said he's going to deport all the illegals, what exactly did you think he meant there? Like, I don't know. I just think it's dumb as fuck, and it's just getting progressively worse. But I'm good now. Sorry. I just wanted to bring that up. Oh, shit, we got another video?
No, I agree. Like,
We actually got an
yeah,
interview.
this one's the
MS-13 tattoo Photoshop fucking bullshit.
Let's just take a minute
our,
for that
our
face.
president's a motherfucking buffoon.
Yeah, look at that fucking face, dude. Somebody knew what they were doing when they were fucking cutting this video down.
All right. Okay, let's play.
I can't have a trial, a major trial for every person that came in illegally. We have thousands of murderers that came in. They're going to murder people. They already have murdered people in our country.
Right, so
we have to get them out, and we have to get them out fast.
Really bad guys, but in our country, even bad guys get due process, right?
If people come into our country illegally, there's a different standard. These are illegal. They came in illegally.
But they get due process.
Well, they get a process where we have to get them out. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the Venezuelans.
They get whatever my lawyers say. Those tattoos.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
You see, even this dude is trying to be like, all right, let's scoot past this. Trying to save him from looking like a fucking moron.
That was Photoshop. So let me
That was Photoshop, Terry. You can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the...
That was Photoshop, Terry.
Doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. But you're not being very nice.
I love
You're not
that.
being very nice, Terry. You gotta be nice to me, Terry.
That's his go-to. Like, if you haven't figured it out, like, oh, well, I don't know you. I didn't think you guys were, like, a thing anymore. Or you hear it all the time, like, fucking anytime that they say anything that goes against him to his face, he's like, well, I didn't know you. Like, you're obviously not, like, as fucking famous as me. Like, fuck you. It's literally his fucking go-to.
Terry!
Terry's gonna be fucking famous now.
Terry was literally trying to... Terry don't even like you, and he was trying to be like, shut up, you're gonna make yourself look dumb.
That's exactly what happened there. Yeah. So, yep. It's pretty ridiculous.
The fact that he didn't realize that the MS-13 was fucking photoshopped, like
Yeah.
I saw there was a picture
I
that
bet
pointed
shit,
out
he probably
that
seen those pictures of him, the videos of him and JD Vance AI, and he was like, God damn, when that happened?
there was a photo that pointed out that the MS-13 that was over top of the tattoos on his knuckles was the same font as the letters in the actual like headline of it, and that's why it was photoshopped. And that's how you can tell it was photoshopped, and that it was just describing that that's what each of those tattoos stood for, was one letter of MS-13.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Even if
are
it
people
was,
just not explaining to him.
having tattoos is not a crime. I can have all sorts of tattoos that you could look at it in some way say it's affiliated with a gang. Like right now, Doug, what's on your hand?
That'd be Mjolnir.
Yeah, I got one too, and guess what? That's an Aryan Brotherhood common tattoo. Does that mean I'm a member of the Aryan Brotherhood? No, I hate those motherfuckers. It's on site.
Exactly. Yeah. They're fucking cunts. And I got this tattoo because it goes with my religion. So, tattoos, they have meanings or different meanings to
Jason,
every.
you got a fucking hatchet man on you, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in a fucking gang, Payson. What the fuck? We're gonna have to send you El Salvador.
You know, like, not. I know we're joking, but like that's not far-fetched there. If people really pushed that and Trump was like, oh my god, like here's another gang that's violent because they sing about violent stuff, like they could round up people with that tattoo.
What I'm just saying is they're criminalizing having tattoos at this point in time.
You guys are safe because they think you're racists. So,
Yeah.
like,
Wow, thanks.
I'm not. I have a monkey otherwise. Like,
Yeah, this is just ridiculous at its finest here. Ugh. Yeah, no, it's
I really wonder, is nobody explaining things to him? Because like between the tariff thing and like what Photoshop is, the fucking blip with the independence or the Declaration of Independence that he has hanging up in the Oval Office when he was asked by the same reporter what it means to him, and he's like, it means love and unity. Like, does he not have anybody to correct him or show him things?
You know that people are
At
always
all?
saying that Joe Biden had dementia. To me, it's really starting to look like Trump might be in that category as well.
Seriously, like
that
he's
or
sundowns
he's
or
just way
something.
too dumb to fucking run the country. Like,
Yeah, I
he's
mean his
either-
IQ of 3 is.
yeah, he's either really losing his shit and fucking on like Sleepy
See,
Joe's
I
fucking
can't
standard.
say he's a 1 IQ person. That's just the people that support him. He's like a 3 because he got them to support him.
Fucking Groot extra. Yeah, he's either on Sleepy Joe stats or he's just too dumb to run the country.
It's actually kind of sad if you watch even interviews that happened, like the rallies he was throwing when Biden was president. He was so much more charismatic and like articulate with his words compared to his rallies now and his speeches
I mean,
now.
Trump's
just
entire
fucking-
debate system, it gets up to debate. He's like, all right, this guy's gay.
Yeah,
They
pretty
want to go
It's
in our
gotten
bathrooms
a-
and touch our women.
It's just gotten a lot worse. It just watching his speeches have gotten a lot worse. There's some kind of mental decline, and I'm going to have our door kicked in for saying that, and I'm sorry,
Shit,
but
his wife's probably poisoning
there's some
him. If
kind
I was
of-
her. Fuck.
Fuck.
his wife's not even around. They have a confirmed body double for her that shows up. The body double was also used his last term
Shit, she's
because she
probably
was
hanging
off
out
doing
with
other
Putin.
things.
No. It's It's the dude from Canada. What's his name?
Trudeau?
Yeah, she was fucking over
Yeah.
there with Trudeau, dude.
He resigned.
Yeah, but that don't mean shit.
That doesn't matter.
They
They have some Rossi or saucy photos.
Oh.
The looks that she was giving him and shit.
Well, he used to be
Never
an
seen
underwear
him.
model, and now he was a president. So you know.
We are now the gossip podcast, by the way. Come here for your political gossip.
But yeah.
Melania's
so
fucking Trudeau.
fuck Donald Trump.
Melania.
I hope to God that would be the best thing ever.
Yeah, Melania's
If
fucking
they came
Trudeau.
out with like factual proof.
And fucking Barron
Trump would
is
be like,
actually Melania's kid.
we're going to war with Russia because they're fucking. My wife's from there.
Barron's is actually Trudeau's kid, not Trump's.
God, he just looks like a skinnier version of Trump. You little ugly bastard.
Are you sure, dude? I seen some fucking shit. Like, there's some fucking people putting like video or like not video but photo comparisons of fucking Trudeau and Barron, and they got like the same facial structure and everything, like all the way down to the nose. It's kind of funny.
Barron's eyes are super scary though. He just looks like there's
A
no
serial
soul
killer?
behind them. Yeah. Looks straight up dead behind the eyes. There's nothing even remotely humane there.
Yeah, but if it came
Shit.
out that he was actually Trudeau's son and not Trump's son, do you realize like that boy's life would be fucking ruined?
Hmm.
He has this like fucking god complex because Trump's in office, and then that just gets yanked from him. You're like, oh, actually, you're fucking Trudeau's son. It's like, ah, fuck no. Anyway,
But yeah, he's a dumb fuck.
pretty much, yeah. Oh, there was a statement in that section there. I just wanted to cover it real quick. Brandenburg, v. Ohio, 1969. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah. So a little bit of a break from the Trump shit. An 18-wheeled driverless trucks start long-hauling deliveries for the first time in the U.S. The Aurora driver system integrates more than 24 sensors and cameras to provide comprehensive awareness and attentiveness to road conditions. I wonder if that's why those new cameras went up on the highway here that I pointed out the last time we went up to Pocatello.
All I know is Doug probably thinks those are going to take over the world.
Just don't get me fucking started. The AI shit. I don't like AI, and like the fact that they're driving 18-wheelers now, that's super unsettling. Because
Right?
Tesla's doing a real good job with fucking
Well, this is a
driverless
different.
fucking
This
cars.
isn't Tesla. This is Aurora.
I love
So,
Tesla.
I haven't heard anything bad about it.
I love
I
Tesla.
love Tesla.
The future of trucking is here, and it doesn't involve a driver behind the wheel. Aurora, a Pittsburgh-based autonomous vehicle tech startup, has officially launched its self-driving truck service in Texas. The company's autonomous trucks are now handling deliveries between Dallas and Houston. This marks a historic milestone as Aurora becomes the first company to operate self-driving heavy-duty trucks on public roads commercially. The company has covered over 1,200 miles in real-world conditions.
Real world conditions.
Yeah, so if you're a trucker out there, fuck your job.
Hmm.
That's exactly what that is.
No, they'll just pay a guy to sit in the back and make sure it doesn't fuck up.
I'd hope so. I would hope that there's like a human ready to grab that wheel in case something does fuck up.
They'll just pay you like 20, you'll get like a paycheck that's not what truckers are used to. You know, the thousands of dollars they're used to, and then they'll end up getting like fucking $15 an hour.
It's ridiculous. The first autonomous heavy-duty trucks. Aurora's self-driving tech suite, known as the Aurora Driver, uses over 24 sensors, including LiDAR, radar, cameras, microphones, and an onboard computer to analyze data from the road. The system allows the truck to detect and respond to road conditions with high awareness. According to Aurora, their proprietary LiDAR technology can see more than 1,476 feet ahead, allowing the truck to spot pedestrians up to 11 seconds earlier than a human driver, especially at night.
Oh, wow. A whole 11 seconds.
I mean,
I'm super impressed. You guys couldn't tell.
Chris Urmson, CEO and co-founder of Aurora, was on board for the inaugural trip between Dallas and Houston. Riding in the backseat for our inaugural trip was an honor of a lifetime. The Aurora driver performed perfectly, and it's a moment I'll never forget, Urmson said. This is a big achievement for the company, marking the successful deployment of its self-driving trucks for commercial use.
I just want to know how
Not
many
a single
fucking,
person in that cab.
I just want to know how many people freaked out when it's like going like 70 or 80 down the highway and they look over, they're like, Jesus, there's nobody behind the wheel.
Right?
Is it just me, or do you want to fuck with like the AI tech in these fucking self-driving vehicles?
Not really. I don't want to be around semis at all.
Like, I just want to like just like slowly merge next to it since there's so many sensors, right? Like, is it gonna crash? Brandenburg v. Ohio, 1969, by the way. I'm not saying fucking do that by all means, like you fuck kill a lot of people, but like I just want to know, like I'm curious, right? Like if you have an asshole driver that like is just pissed off, like road raging it up, you know, and they fucking start fucking with this AI, is it gonna know how to handle that? I don't know. That's what I want to know.
Also, what are cops gonna do with them? What if they start speeding, or you know?
Or what if something's
Well, it's
on
a perfect
board
system.
that
They can't speed.
Well, what if something got on board? What if like these people start sending drugs? Like, are they gonna pull over? And how do the cops communicate with this fucking company now? You know what I mean? Like, are they just gonna call them up, and be like, hey, we got fucking truck 9 down here. It's got drugs in the bag. Something needs to be explained or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's fucking so many things that could go wrong. Fucking
How would the
police,
truck
by
even
the-
know to stop if it saw sirens? You know?
AI programming has to be.
Well, and then like the the wait stations. Like if they're told to pull in, does the AI computer read that sign if it says to pull in? And I think there's a lot. Because if they drive off when they're told to pull in, then the state highway patrolmen that are always there will pull you over, and then they'll go to fucking pull out the guy that's driving, and it's nobody. If it even pulls over.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fucking dumb, and I think we need to stop fucking with random shit. Go back to fuel efficiency and horsepower. Stop fucking with AI and self-driving.
Right?
I want Elder
Aurora
Scrolls 6.
You want a what? What you said?
Nothing.
He wants
I said
Elder
I
Scrolls
want-
6 instead of AI.
Yeah. Stop fucking around with AI. Give us Elder Scrolls 6. Fuck yeah.
Aurora has partnered with major truck manufacturers Volvo and PACCAR to integrate its autonomous tech into their freight vehicles. This collaboration allows the Aurora driver system to be seamlessly added to OEM trucks, expanding the reach of self-driving technology in the trucking industry. The company plans to expand its service to El Paso, Texas, and Phoenix, Arizona by the end of the year. Future updates will also enable the trucks to drive at night, in rainy weather, and along more lanes of the U.S. interstate system. While this technology could significantly change the trucking industry, Aurora assures that it will not drastically impact jobs in the short term. The company referenced a 2021 U.S. Department of Transportation report stating that the automation of long-haul trucking would lead to a gradual reduction in jobs rather than an immediate overhaul. The report also suggests that displaced long-haul drivers could transition to short-haul driving as these routes are less suited to automation due to their complexity. So just get a lesser job.
Yeah, which is lesser pay if you didn't know. If you're driving across country, you get paid hella fucking money for those positions, and short hauls there's not enough payout, so there's that as well.
Oh, but you can be home with your family at night.
Which, I mean, I'm very family oriented, which sounds amazing as fuck, but like these people have made a living doing this, and like now you're talking about taking it away from them, and I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
So I don't
You
know.
need that money to take care of the family you want to see. So
Mhm. Yeah.
just another way to fucking take away jobs.
And then bitch that well, for people to be like, hey, we don't have jobs in America, and then Trump will be like, oh, we're bringing them back as they all go overseas because we can't afford anything.
Facts. They took their jobs.
Because the average American citizen can't understand what a tariff is. We're making them pay
president-
for it. No, you dumb fuck. The importer pays.
The president can't even understand what a tariff is. Oh.
I mean, I don't think he's ever actually ran a business. I'm pretty sure he just pays people to do it for him. I bet you the few attempts he's made are the ones that have went under.
Probably. They took our jobs.
Didn't realize we had Stan Marsh on today.
I don't think Stan's even the one that says that, but it's fine.
He does at some point. It was the only one whose name I could think of.
I think it's Jim Bob or Jimbo. Jimbo
There
says
it is.
that. Yeah. Oh yes, no more fucking Elmo for your children. That is what we're doing now. With all the problems in America, Elmo is actually clearly the biggest one. Ending taxpayer subsidized of based media, and yes, this is what is it?
Biased.
Biased. Based media. It's biased. Ending taxpayer subsidized. Oh my god, just fucking read it.
Ending taxpayer subsidization of
Oh,
biased
shit.
media.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I thought you broke pacing for a second, Doug.
It did kind of sound like it, huh?
By the authority
Okay.
vested in me as president by the Constitution of the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered, Section 1, Purpose, National Public Radio, NPR, and the Public Broadcasting Service, PBS, receive taxpayer funds through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, CBP. Unlike in 1967 when the CPB was established, today the media landscapes is filled with abundant, diverse, innovation news options. Government funding of news media in this environment is not only outdated and unnecessary, but corrosive to the appearance of the journalistic independence. I'm just gonna come out and say it. He didn't write that. He wouldn't be able to say none of it. I struggle. At the the very least, Americans have the right to accept that if their tax dollars fund public broadcasting at all, they fund only fair, accurate, and unbiased and nonpartisan news coverage. No media outlet has a constitutional right to taxpayer subsidies, and the government is entitled to determine which categories of activities to subsidize. The CPB's governing statute reflects principles of impartiality, whatever. I don't know if I could say that word. Impartially? No.
I lost where you were.
Third paragraph, fifth row.
Oh, impartiality?
Impartiality? Yeah, I never would have sounded that out. I'm struggling. The CPB may not contribute to otherwise support any political party. I don't remember them actually supporting any political parties. Am I wrong on that?
Right? What does Elmo support? Like, what does Sesame Street support politically? Mr.
Armed
Rogers didn't support
Rebellion?
anything. Didn't support anything politically.
I don't remember.
Dino Train doesn't support anything fucking
You
politically.
you haven't seen the episode of Elmo with the M60?
I have not seen that. Wild. Yeah, so basically this is just we're gonna cut fucking, which is fine. I have zero issues stopping spending taxpayer money on this, right? But I don't agree with them shutting it off for kids, and that's part of it, right? The PBS is the public broadcasting network or service, whatever. But it's
They need
wrong.
a good Christian channel for the kids, Doug.
They have that. It's on late night television. It's
They
like,
actually did that with Bluey.
it's four channels after the Girls Gone Wild fucking station. So
Of course you know that.
yeah, but if you actually know, like, that's the huge massive churches where they're up there dancing and like praising and like begging people for money and like slapping like small
Having
children.
exorcisms on their stage.
Joel
Yeah.
Epstein.
Yeah. Having exorcisms and like slapping fucking blind people and making them be able to see. Quotations. But yeah. So we're getting rid of the government broadcasting systems is basically what it is. But I don't.
Mr. Rogers went to court to protect this. And that's what they're overturning is the the ruling that protected government that protected this that Mr. Rogers actually sued for. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't.
Mr. Rogers is a G, that's all I know.
But yeah, it's, I don't know, it's ridiculous. It's literally it just falls back underneath the First Amendment's being attacked, and that's what's happening here. Is people aren't allowed thinking for themselves, and the only thing PBS Kids is actually fucking teaching your kids is how to share, count, and fucking be friendly, and just not judge people for how they look or whatever, or how they think.
No, there was an episode where they made it was Ronald Grump, where they made fun of Donald Trump wanting to shut down PBS years ago that they made, and Elmo got mad at Ronald Grump, and now Donald Trump's taking offense to Elmo. That's what it is.
Elmo is going to be the face of the revolution, calling it.
Probably. He's pretty pissed on Twitter right now, from what I've seen.
He's pretty pissed on Elmo is pissed. Oh god. That'd be
Pissed and
great.
depressed,
Getting like
bro.
a civil war and you got fucking Elmo going over there. Oh, kids! I don't know why I did a Mickey voice, but you know what I mean.
That was a lot more Mickey than Elmo.
This is perfect. I'm just
Fucking
letting everybody know
Count,
I'm not.
the count going 1 bullet, 2 bullet, 3 bullet, 4.
This is perfect. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can take over since I'm not gonna stutter my way through this anymore. If you want to take over, go for it. Yeah.
I lost my place. Okay, so you finish that paragraph. The CBP fails to abide by these principles to the extent it subsidizes NPR and PBS, which viewpoints NPR and PBS promote does not matter. What does matter is that neither entity presents a fair, accurate, or unbiased portrayal of current events to tax-paying citizens. I therefore instruct the CBP Board of Directors and all executive departments and agencies to cease federal funding for NPR and PBS. It's just this more fucking fake news bullshit. I honestly didn't even know PBS had a news part. I thought it was just kids stuff, to be fair.
I feel like the rest of the world probably agrees with
The
you on that.
CBP board, right? Because it was always, we can't pay the cable bill, so let's watch free television. Like, the CBP board shall cease direct funding to NPR and PBS consistent with the administration's policy to ensure that federal funding does not support biased and partisan news coverage. The CBP board shall cancel existing direct funding to the maximum extent allowed by law and shall decline to provide future funding. The CPB board shall cease indirect funding to NPR and PBS, including by ensuring that licensees and committees of public radio and television stations, as well as any other recipients of CBP funds, do not use federal funds for NPR and PBS. To effectuate this directive, the CBP board shall, before June 30th, 2025, revise the 2025 Television Community Service Grants General Provisions and Eligibility Criteria and the 2025 Radio Community Service Grants General Provisions and Eligibility Criteria to prohibit direct or indirect funding of NPR and PBS. Why is everything so fucking long? To the extent permitted by the 2024 Television Community Service Grants General Provisions and Eligibility Criteria, the 2024 Radio Community Service Grants General Provisions and Eligibility Criteria, and applicable law, the CBP board shall also prohibit parties subject to these provisions from funding NPR or PBS after the date of this order. Basically, they're pulling everything. Don't fund these people. We're done listening to them, is essentially what that says. In so many fucking words, and I don't understand why. And then that's just another, hey, it's telling other agencies do not give them money either. That's crazy. I can't believe we're losing Elmo.
Yeah, that's wild.
Here you go.
Real quick, do you have the podcast pulled up on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Is it running okay? Because I got an error message that popped up.
Looks like it.
All right, cool. Can Donald Trump renames Veterans Day? What we know. So President Donald Trump has declared that he is renaming Veterans Day November 11th and Victory in Europe Day May 8th in an effort to properly celebrate winning World War I and World War II. I am hereby renaming May 8th as Victory Day for World War II and November 11th as Victory Day for World War I. Trump posted to Truth Social on Thursday. We won both wars. Nobody was close to us in terms of strength, bravery, or military brilliance, but we never celebrate anything. That's because we don't have leaders anymore that know how to do so. We are going to start celebrating our victories again. The proposal has raised questions about whether a president has the legal authority to rename a long-standing federal holiday, or if that person rests elsewhere. Okay. I just want to throw out there real quick, for us to say that we are the only ones that had military.
We didn't join World War II until it was damn near halfway over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just because they touched our fucking boats.
And I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, we didn't fight our fucking heart out, because we definitely did. But if you open up a fucking history book, you'll see that Russia was actually a big part of why we won World War II. So, yeah, there's that. When I say a big part, like, a big fucking part of it was because of Russia. So, there's that.
Stalin's a fucking piece of shit. Just want to go over that real quick. But, yeah.
Stalin is a huge piece of shit, but open fucking history book, they had a big factor in why we won. So, just so everybody's clear on that, I just wanted to cover that real quick, because it's frustrating that we are over here saying that we are the greatest of all time, and we are clearly not, and it's fine. What the law says. Veterans Day observed annually, Jesus, on November 11th is often recognized at the end of the war to end all wars, per the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. World War I ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed. I'm pretty sure. Versailles. I fucking said that all jacked. It's funny. I'm over here bitching about fucking opening up a history book, but I can't pronounce the shit in the history books. Yeah. So the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28th, 1919. In the Palace of Versailles in France, but fighting ceased earlier when an armistice between Germany and the Allied nations.
Armistice.
Thank you. Between Germany and the Allied nations began on November 11th. On May 13th, 1938, it became a legal holiday, originally called Armistice Day. Thank you. Despite Trump's declaration, yeah, that's right. Only Congress has the power to create or change published holidays through legislation according to the liberty of Congress. Library of Congress. Further, a document from the Congressional Research Service says neither Congress nor the President has asserted the authority to declare a national holiday that would be binding on the 50 states, as each state individually determines its legal holidays.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either, but we have fucking Gulf of America Day too, so.
And now National Prayer.
And now National Prayer. So.
At least he's trying. It's an executive order. It's not passed through everything it needs to pass through, but he's trying.
But yeah, this is just more. It's like he's just stroking his ego. He's just like, I want to do this because I think that this is stupid. Just dumb.
Doesn't his entire fucking party run on veterans not getting enough recognition, yet he wants to take away Veterans Day?
Well, the government doesn't care.
Doesn't that
about its
defeat the
veterans.
fucking purpose?
It's clear that they don't care about their veterans. So.
I know that, you know that, but like everybody's sitting here bitching that veterans don't have fucking anything supporting them, and here we are renaming. It's just so stupid.
Right. But yeah, so there's that. Fucking changing more bullshit. Sorry, I'm not trying to rush, but I want to get to the next article. Because this one fucks me off, and the Insurgency Act, this is that, only tweaked slightly. So for everybody that didn't believe fucking that it was gonna happen, hey, guess what? It's fucking happening. Strengthening and unleashing America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent civilians. Sounds good in theory. But, so, Section 1, Purpose and Policy. Safe communities rely on the backbone and heroism of a tough and well-equipped police force. My administration is steadfastly committed to empowering state and local law enforcement to firmly police dangerous criminal behavior and protect innocent civilians. When local leaders demonize law enforcement and impose legal and political handcuffs that make aggressively enforcing the law impossible, notice the wording there, aggressively enforcing the law impossible, crime thrives and innocent citizens and small businesses owners suffer. My administration will therefore establish best practices at the state and local level for the cities to unleash high-impact local police forces to protect and defend law enforcement officers wrongly accused and abused by state or local officials, and the surge resources to officers in need. My administration will work to ensure that the law enforcement officers across America focus on ending crime, not punishing harmful, illegal, race and sex-based equality policies. The result will be a law-abiding...
I get it. So they want to be able to do whatever the fuck they want. Copy.
Oh, it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
It gets better.
Oh yeah. This one's, yeah.
The result will be a law-abiding society in which tenacious law enforcement officers protect the innocent. Violations of law are not tolerated, and American communities are safely enjoyed by all their citizens again. So now we're going to get into a few of this section. We're not going to read the whole thing, but I want to read the fucking big ones, right? Section 2, legal defense of law enforcement officers. The Attorney General shall take all appropriate actions to create a mechanism to provide legal resources and indemnification. Do you still have that pulled up on what that means?
I'm gonna pull it up. It's damn it, indemnification.
So if you
Highlight it, please.
don't know what indemnification is, I can't even fucking pronounce it right.
Indemnification is a legal term that refers to an agreement where one party agrees to compensate another for any losses, damages, or liabilities incurred, often due to third-party claims. It serves as a safety net, providing financial protection from losses resulting from another party's actions. Indemnification clauses are commonly included in contracts to ensure that one party is held blameless for potential damages and liabilities. This concept is distinct from warranties or insurance. It specifically addresses compensation for harm caused by third parties.
To create a mechanism to provide legal resources and whatever that fucking word we just discussed was, to law enforcement officers who unjustly incur expenses and liabilities for actions taken during the performance of their official duties to enforce the law. This mechanism shall include the use of private sector pro bono assistance for such law enforcement officers. What that just stated right there, right, is that if the police, let's just say, arrest an innocent man or fuck up an innocent man and like break his fucking arm or his leg or shoot him or kill him.
Shoot a 17-year-old autistic kid.
Shoot a 17-year-old autistic kid. They will not get in trouble. The government will pay for those expenses. All right? I hope everybody understands that, because that's a big one. That's a big fucking problem right there, is that the government is going to pay for the fucking dumb shit that the police do. And the police will not get in any trouble. There will be no backlash. That is what that is stating right there. All right. Now we're going to move on. Section 3. We're going to read this one relatively quickly. So, not really, because I'm reading it. The Attorney General and other appropriate heads of executive departments and agencies shall take all appropriate actions to maximize the use of federal resources to 1. Provide new best practices to state and local law enforcement to aggressively, there it is again, aggressively police communities against all crimes. All crimes. Expand access and improve the equality of training available to state and local law enforcement. That's 2. 3. Increase pay and benefits for law enforcement officers. 4. Strengthen and expand legal protections for law enforcement officers. There's that, they're not going to get in trouble anymore. 5. Seek enhanced sentences for crimes against law enforcement officers. So that means if you decide you want to hit an officer, you're going to go to jail a lot longer.
And if the officer was to shoot you.
Yes. So, 6, promote investments in the security and capacity of prisons, and increase the investments in and collection, distribution, and informality of crime data across jurisdictions. Within 60 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General shall review all ongoing federal consent decrees, out of court agreements, and post judgments orders to which a state or local law enforcement agency is a party and modified, rescind, or move to conclude such measures that unduly impede the performance of law enforcement functions. Okay. So yeah, there's that part. This is the last big part that I want to touch, though, because this is where the Insurgency Act comes in, right? And if you don't remember what the Insurgency Act is, that's using local and military, U.S. military on U.S. soil. So, big fucking problem with that, because, that is not the job of the U.S. military to run around and stop crime and whatever. So, using national security assets for law and order within a 90 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General and the Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the heads of agencies as appropriate, shall increase the provisions of excess military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to assist state and local law enforcement. Within 90 days of the date of this order, the Secretary of Defense, in coordination with the Attorney General, shall determine how military and national security assets, training, and non-lethal capabilities and perform can most effectively be utilized to prevent crime. So, what that is saying,
You're going to the brig.
going to the brig.
Sorry.
So yes, we are going to train our local police department or police forces to act more like they're in the military. They're going to get assets that the military have. If this is not sending up red flags to you,
That sounds like martial law.
it does have a little bit of a ring of martial law to it, yes. But if this is not sending up red flags to you, you should be fucking worried. Because this is the militarization of police right here. The shit I've bitched about on episode 1 to now. This is the police. They're becoming a military, and they're just becoming more of the government's fucking goons.
They're going to be the military without the discipline, though.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be having all of the weapons and the training, but still have that fire first, ask questions later mentality that the police have.
Right. But they're gonna have more, or they're gonna have, more, they're gonna have the new fucking Sig Spears, I imagine. So, that's cool. Not really, but
Remember when we talked about that tank? What was it? Episode 2? That
No.
tank in Mansfield?
that was episode 1.
Was it episode 1?
Yeah.
You'll see a lot more of those.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see a lot more MRAPs. You're gonna see a lot more fucking bullshit, fucking military shit running around with the police, and you should be worried. You should be extremely worried. You should be extremely worried for your children. It's a huge problem.
Next will be curfews.
Oh, yeah.
And not allowed to be out at night and shit like that, too.
So, I don't know. That's the big one that I wanted to talk about in this. I mean, we can go through some more if you want, or we can call that on this article. It's disgusting. And,
See, this one... Go ahead.
No, you're good. That was just...
Oh, this next part, talking about holding state and local officials accountable. The Attorney General shall pursue all necessary legal remedies and enforcement measures to enforce the rights of Americans impacted by crime and shall prioritize prosecution of any applicable violations of federal criminal law with respect to state and local jurisdictions whose officials willfully and unlawfully direct the obstruction of criminal law, including by directly and unlawfully prohibiting law enforcement officers from carrying out duties necessary for public safety and law enforcement, or unlawfully engage in discrimination or civil rights violations under the guise of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that restrict law enforcement activity or endanger citizens. So there was a judge, I don't remember where, but she helped a illegal immigrant out the back door of her courthouse to avoid ICE agents. She was arrested. This is giving them the police permission to arrest our state and local officials for their opinions on stuff, for their actions on stuff, for directly or indirectly going against what Trump says should happen. Which, I mean, I feel like that's going to be more towards Democratic leaders, obviously, and less against Republican. So we're probably going to see a lot of, like, high officials also being arrested and having military thrown on them as well. It's just, it's fucking crazy. Like, it's literally unconstitutional to put fucking boots on the ground here. It's an act of war. when the last time it was done, I think was the Civil War, wasn't it?
It's on
was
the ground here.
That was the
Yeah.
last time martial law was activated. It was during the Civil War.
Which is basically what this is martial law. So that, you know, this is, I don't know, this is scary. I'm just hoping that enough people, when it goes into the next stage of voting on it, see it as what it is, and extremely unconstitutional and extremely wrong. But I don't know, man. They're
Or
fucking
taking
willing.
people to fire. That would just make them have to fire up their brains, and they don't want to do that.
That's really what it's coming down to, is that people just don't want to think, so they're just letting shit happen.
Exactly.
Anything else on this one?
No, not me.
I'm good, yeah.
I'm going to talk about the human printer. This one's ridiculous. I don't know if anybody else has heard of this one, but there is a woman that follows Trump around, printing out flattering articles and flattering photos for him to go through and feel good about himself. Her name is Natalie Harp. She is known as the human printer now. The New York Times previously reported that Harp is the incredibly devoted, some might say unsettling obsessed, Trump aide whose job is to print out flattering articles about Trump and deliver them to him in a Lululemon bag. I don't know, something about that made it a lot funnier. According to Vanity Fair excerpt of All or Nothing, Michael Wolff's new book about the 2024 election, Harp is so wholly committed to Trump that she recently spent a summer living in a golf club locker room just to be close to him. Wolff writes that when the campaign decamped to Trump's golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey for the summer, Harp was deliberately not given a room in an effort to push her out. Others in Trump's orbit had become wary of what was reportedly called the Natalie situation. Nevertheless, she appeared. She had reached out to the ground staff at the country club and gotten herself a maid's room. And when that proved too far from the main house to respond quickly enough to Trump's calls, she relocated herself to the much closer women's locker room where, with undiminished proximity to Trump, she would spend the summer. That's
Jesus.
fucking crazy.
Can you imagine being that obsessed with a fucking fat dude who covers himself in Cheeto dust?
Right? Freaking right.
I bet they're fucking.
There is a
I
rumor
mean,
that
she's definitely under his desk.
there is a rumor that there is an affair going on. There's no proof or anything. It seems to be just kind of pushed off that she really wants it, but
Getting
I don't
the old Clinton treatment.
I don't know. There's also the Caroline Leavitt. People are speculating that there is a want.
I'm telling you, there ain't
as
no
well.
woman that's ever willingly, without being deliberately being like, here's some money, touch Trump's cock.
And there are some weird fucking women out there, though, to be fair.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
One of the more interesting things about Harp is that the more she ingratiates herself to Trump, the more everyone else tries to get rid of her. Eric Trump was confused by her presence, as were other staffers. The Secret Service even deemed her to be a potential danger to herself as well as to the president. According to Wolff, anyone who wanted to FaceTime with Trump during the campaign could just text her, which is how conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer entered the mix. And it wasn't like she was doing great work either. Once on Trump's plane, the papers flew out of her hands and everyone who helped pick them up saw what she spent her day collecting. A random collection of out-of-date articles and printouts from obscure websites and fan artwork downloaded from strange Trump-adoring places on the internet. So she's basically running a poorly updated, printed out fan blog for Trump to look at whenever he wants. She literally follows him around with a wireless printer to print this stuff out on a day-to-day stuff, or on a day-to-day basis, to hand it to him whenever he wants to feel good about himself. There was one of his most recent golf trips. She was running around the fucking green with a printer in her hands, printing paper out and handing it to him as he golfed. Like, it's just, it's this lady's fucking nut.
Sounds like it.
Ooh. Melania Trump reportedly stumbled upon Harp late at night in Trump's private quarters in Mar-a-Lago, an area that is typically off limits to those outside Trump's family. Ooh. A little bit of a scandal.
A little bit of a scandal.
You act like that woman don't know he's got fucking hookers in there every night.
Right? She's probably just thankful it's not her.
Lol.
Sorry, but I would be extremely thankful that it's not me.
Fuck.
So yeah, this bitch is crazy. Like, this is not a job that anybody should ever want or do as hard as it seems like she's doing. Like, she seems to be really devoted. If you're going to all these weird fucking places on the internet that are just Trump adoring places, you are extremely fucking devoted to him for some reason.
Yeah.
Pacing, you have to name this one something that, like, loves Trump, so, like, she's like, hey, there's a podcast that talks about you. Just fucking listens to an hour and a half of us.
Are you,
just fucking roasting
are you trying
him.
to get you trying to get deported? Like, bruh.
I just want this lady to lose her job, and then, like, they can come deport me after that, and I just laugh the whole fucking time.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got on that one. It's nutty. I needed to include it because I found out about it, and I really couldn't believe it until I started finding all these articles, and I was like, there's no fucking way.
It's
But here we
fucking
are.
hilarious, though. It's probably the best fucking article we've had.
Just imagine if Obama was caught with somebody following him around, printing out news articles about him or photos about him.
Dude, Big Mitch would fucking have her ass beat.
Like, it's fucking nuts.
But
All right, and then our always eventful egg prices. We are down to $19 at Walmart here in Pocatello, that's one hell of a drop.
for the 60 rack. So we
And the
are
other ones-
struggling finding something to do with the eggs. I don't want to just make a shirt with just the 60 rack of eggs on there. It's got to be something cool. So if somebody's got ideas, please hit us up on the email or Spotify or YouTube comments or something. Just let us know what we should put with the 60 count of eggs, the 60 rack.
It's just so hard to come up with an egg meme that's not, like, stupid punny, you know? I'm into puns, but there's only so many times you can hear, like, excellent, you know? Or it's not funny anymore.
It has clearly not been hit with you on that level.
I didn't laugh for
You
that
fucking
reason.
laughed.
I didn't
You
laugh
laughed
for
with
that
You
reason.
laughed the 60 rack of eggs.
I laughed because I made my own fucking pun there. Whatever, dude. Leave me and my dad jokes alone.
Yep. So that is episode 14. There you go. Either way, pay attention. Don't let the fucking police scoop you up. Don't go to the second location, Brandenburg. But
ACAB.
ACAB.
If you're ever going to get in an elevator and there's two guys that definitely look like cops, don't get in it.
Yeah, just wait for the next one. It'll be all right.
You're
All
not
right.
that in a rush.
All right. Close us out.
Fuck the federal government. Trump's a fat bitch.
ACAB.
JD Vance looks like a gay fuck.
He looks like a wannabe Billy Armstrong.
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
That's not Green Day.
It's not. Shit. Do you have the time to listen to me whine?